Hey LTLs, so your assignment this week is to think about a dream budget. What would you do with if you had a budget of $40,000? So one of the tools I want to equip you guys with is what does it look like to make a budget for $40,000? For most of us, that's a large amount of money to raise, and there's a couple of us who we've been doing that for a couple of years. And so, what's the next step in that? And so I have this Chartfield budgeting template. It's set up for you to kind of look at your year and input different things that you're going to spend money on. And then there's space to enter your GL code or your GL categories so that you can plug it into your budget tool in June when Frank sends out the budget email. So the way this sheet is set up here, this one right here will total your income. This one right here will total your expenses. And this will give you your overall net balance. So what happens here is there's two pieces of income. One is transfers from your RD or from National, what you would receive here. And so you plug this in. Let's say that, awesome RD1 over here gives you 5,000 for your campus account. Okay. And let's say it gives you that on September 1st. So now we can worry about GL codes later. I can attach a document link in here that'll tell you what category GL codes are for things like this. But I won't touch that on this video. So let's say you get transfer here for that. And let's say you get another one from, let's say Steve has a conversation with a donor and he wants to give every campus some money, and every campus gets $500. Let's say that happens in December, for end of the year ask. So now we can see that income is adding both of these here and saying their income is 5,500, and so our net balance is going to be 5,500. Now we know that when we have donations come in, that they're going to be assessed, and so we need to be looking at raising about 50,000 in order to have a $40,000 budget. So we have to look at the assessment as an expense of doing business. So let's say we do a banquet. And that happens in, let's say that happens in March. Okay, and so we're planning on seeing 10,000 come in for that. So not 100,000. And so then when I click in this box right here, this red line here is going to automatically calculate my assessment. And so that you don't have to figure out what that is. You plug in how much money you get here. It'll figure out the assessment for you and automatically total it in here. And let's see, you talk with partner 1, and they give 5,000 also as an end of the year gift. So you guys kind of get the point here. So, let's say if there's a church that is local to your team and they really want to invest in you, so they give you guys 20 grand. And so you can see as you reach that point, and then all of a sudden, you're at 43,500. So then you can come over here and let's say you go through items or events. So let's say scholarships or winter retreat scholarships. So cost per item, most common cost for a retreat is somewhere in the range of 100. So we'll just say 100. The number of items, let's say you want to scholarship 20 students. So and then this column will automatically calculate if you do that. But let's say you do a kickoff event, and you're planning on just spending, $500 or $1,000. Let's say $1,000 to invite all the freshman athletes to this cook-off. And let's say you're not sure how many are going to actually show up, and so you just want to budget $1,000 for that. So you just click in here and total that up, and you can see that the expenses are adding up right here, and you can see that the balance has decreased because we've added expenses to the list. So you can look at things like books for leaders, and let's say you have 15 student leaders, and each of those books costs $5. You can do this kind of the whole way down, and you can write notes as to what's it doing. You can write an expense like specifically for UTC or Boston. You want to transfer money to that chart field. And so you could include the chart field. I don't remember the rest of the chart field, so I'm just going to leave it right there. But so it's, Boston project. I'm still in caps lock. We'll let that fly. And so whatever you transfer in terms of student scholarships there, or something like that. Say 2 students at $500 each. That, and so you can kind of go down through and really imagine what it would take to spend $40,000 or raise the 50 in order to have a budget of $40,000 you can spend in your expenses column. How would you put that money to use? How would you use it to accelerate your ministry? So another thing we built in here is some of you guys have multiple chart fields for scholarships or for spring breaks and things like that. And so you can put in here, I'm going to transfer to my spring break account, kind of like this with Boston Project. And then you can use some of that money over here in your spring break account to scholarship students or different things like that. And so you can just kind of duplicate these tabs. So I'm going to erase all of this because this is the template you guys are going to have. If you want to use this template, I encourage you guys to go up here and do this way, where you go File and Make a Copy. And then you can rename it, whatever you want to rename it, and save it to your drive. That way everybody has a clean template when they want to make their own copy. So thanks for watching. Dream big.